Alright everyone, day 4 of the team battle. Neogenesis versus DS. DS was able to pull off a victory yesterday. And as a result, it is now Mikado versus Skylimitz. Mikado using Gold Paladins, and Sky is still using Blau. I'm actually doing this one by myself for once because the timing of doing this is to a point where I don't think Mythos or anyone else that would usually commentate with me is around. So as a result of that, I am just uh here doing it solo. So grade 2 rush, well not grade 2 rush, just grade 2 he's going for 2 damage. Sky no guards. And then Pharaon is coming in for 17. He could 10k guard and he does. Blau doesn't really need more than 1 damage in the first turn, so his grade 2 ride is his grade 2 ride is Mars Blau Kruger, which means he's not gonna be getting the unflips that he usually gets. But he put Polar Stern in the front, so he's and Mikado dropped a lot of hand to prevent Morganrot from hitting, but he can still get the second damage from Polar Stern, so that's good all the same. And in grade 3 he rides Ganslot, not Ganslot, he rides Alfred, the Sanctuary Monarch. So technically one thing I should note is that Drat was using Gold Paladin and Mikado is using Gold Paladin. We had a rule that we weren't allowed to do the same clan twice in a row, but we kind of superseded that with the fact that the person who was going to be next was Slayer, and his time zone is really awkward compared to everyone else. So the only time he'd really be able to get in would be a day where... Oh, and 2 draw triggers. That's amazing, actually. The only time he'd actually be able to get in and do anything would be at a point in which... Not... How do I say it? Would be a point in which it would be really late in the week. It would have to be like Friday because he comes on usually at like 2 in the morning or something like that. And because people have school, work, and lives, asking someone to do that is kind of, beyond the scope of what we could do. That said, Mikado is next. Galaxy Blau Kruger is out. He's not at limit break though, so I think that's dictating how he's attacking because he's attacking with the rear first, forcing out the 5k guard so a trigger doesn't stop it from happening. So he probably has to take the Vanguard now, which means he's gonna get to use Morganrot. He got a heal trigger that doesn't heal, and what did Morganrot get? Nothing. None of that can go to hand. That's unfortunate. To be honest, that's actually one of the things I didn't like about Morganrot. If I was him, I would have went for that Bruno. But that's one of the things I don't like about Morganrot is that it's so non-guaranteed. And I already talked with Mythos about, well, we already did in the previous video saying, what is good to get out from that, and there aren't a lot of good options. The only things that you can really get that make it worth anything are either what's that unit called? Either the Blau Perfect Guard, or you can use it to, get out grade 3s. But other than those options, you aren't really going to be doing much with it. It can plus your hand with more 5Ks, but it just makes me wish that the Blau triggers were actually named Blau. Anyway, Skylimitz is at 5 damage. So Sky is going in. That's a 21k column from the rear. And because Mikado sees that, he's just gonna no guard. And this would be the excellent time to limit break, and he's gonna do it. Counterblast 2, discarding the Stern, and what's the second discard? Another Stern, so he got out 2 grade 3s. And he's gonna Morgan Rot. Ooh, that was a bad Morgan Rot. Not only did he get nothing, but he would have criticaled had he not done that. That critical could have potentially ended the game. No, 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 that was a bad move. He should have went, if he was gonna attack with a rear first, he should have went for Blaster Blade, but since the trigger didn't come up, it doesn't change the guard anyway. So he's gonna perfect the Vanguard, and this is gonna be at least 21. Second check. Yep, it's gonna be 21, because he's gonna Soul Blast. He doesn't have a reason not to. $21K, and it's perfect guarded. Now, here's a problem. The problem here is if Skylimitz can't guard all 3 attacks and 2 of them are going to be 28. Oh shit. This is really bad. I've actually never seen it happen this way before. What are we about to see? Because he's going to get 2 Blaster Blades, which means this is going to be 20, so that this is going to be gain 25k in a crit. So that's 36k, and these are all 19k boosters. This is kind of a problem. That's 55 to the Vanguard. Perfect guard. Is there even... does someone have the ability to have enough guard for this? Skylimitz actually has the 6 heal to live. There's another perfect guard. Oh my god, he had 3 perfect guards in hand. Oh my god. That might have ended the game. Sky might win now. Because that happened. There's a chance. Because he could Soul Blast again for another 21k column. Yep. Mikado no guards. No triggers. So if Mikado doesn't heal, this is over. Mikado didn't heal. Game 1 goes to... That was incredible. I'm glad I got that. Game 2.